Schanzer, coming to us from Washington. He is a Middle East expert with the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Jonathan, your reaction to these allegations of chemical weapons and Washington's statement that this is not the case?
Well, I have to take Washington at its word. I think right now what we're hearing is that you may have had a rocket land in an area where pesticide or herbicide might have gotten into the air, and that might have been the reason why there were some of these reactions to this potential attack. The fact that both sides are pointing a finger at one another is of no surprise to me. But I have to say this, that the so-called red line, I have a hard time believing. The U.S. has been watching as 70,000 people have been killed. And quite frankly, it's not just the U.S., it's the entire world. 70,000 people have been killed, more than 1 million refugees, and that's not been a red line. So I can't see how one attack like this, or alleged attack like this, would potentially prompt the world to step in and do what's right.
It's also very difficult, as you know, to figure out what exactly is going on because of the fog of war and sort of the murky back and forth, the lack of reliable eyewitnesses, I suppose, on the ground in Syria.
That's right. I mean, what we're seeing right now is, unreliable reports coming in just about every day. Just getting a handle on the death count in Syria is a grisly business, and one that I think is fraught with potentials to make mistakes. But at the end of the day, we are going to have to trust one side over the other. I think that in general, we trust the FSA, the Free Syria Army, but at the end of the day, we also don't know exactly what happened here. This is going to be one of those fog of war type scenarios where I think it may take several days to figure out exactly what happened. That one report, though, of the herbicide or pesticide is probably the most credible at this moment.
Right, and important to mention there's definitely a PR war going on, a war for public opinion, particularly within Syria by both sides as to this whole issue. Tell me this about the new opposition interim government. How credible do you think they are, actual sort of politicians who can try to put a legitimate face on the rebel movement?
Well, listen, I think it's a positive step in the right direction. I think the only problem is that it does not have the backing of anyone significant at this point. I mean, we really don't see full U.S. backing behind these rebel movements. We don't see full international backing. It's sort of come piecemeal, and that's really been the challenge that the opposition has faced from the very start. It has been the policy of the West, the policy of the United States, to in fact not know the opposition or to not be able to back it based on whatever information that we've been given. And so that continues to be the challenge. We need to get squarely behind these movements and give them the support that they need to hopefully bring about a quick end to this conflict, because the longer it does go on, the more likely it will be that chemical weapon attacks are in fact taking place, and the higher the death count will rise.
We know that the Saudis and the Qataris seem to be arming some of the rebels. We know that France and Britain have indicated they want to go in that direction as well. Is that the direction the United States should go?
Well, I think you're seeing a good bit of ambivalence in this town about the idea of arming the opposition. And again, it's for that same reason. And we have a policy basically of saying that we don't exactly know who we're dealing with and whether they're reliable partners. But, if we are to look at the grand scheme of things, we see that Syria is an ally of Iran. We are trying right now to weaken Iran and to thwart its plans to achieve a nuclear weapon. If the idea here is to weaken that axis, then I think the right move is to support the opposition and to ultimately weaken that Iranian axis. Why it's taken us so long to get to this point is still very unclear to me.
Jonathan Schanzer coming to us from Washington. He is a Middle East expert with the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Jonathan, thanks so much for making time for us today. We appreciate it.
Anytime, my pleasure.